Every year, millions of people count down the days until Black Friday. They line up outside stores, they scroll through endless deals and empty their wallets in the name of savings. But what if this year we flip the script? And instead of being shoppers this Black Friday, we were the ones that became the profiters. Imagine being on the other side of the sale. While everyone else will rush to spend money, you'll be sitting back actually making it because you're prepared and you position yourself and turn this once a year consumer frenzy into a business opportunity. That's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. Last year, I made a series of videos documenting myself making an additional $30,000 by actually getting sales around this time of year. If you guys want to go back and watch that, I have it in a playlist called Retail Arbitrage. Watch me make money in real time. However, that method from last year did involve leveraging your credit, and not everyone is able to do that. So instead, I'm making a new video that will be accessible to anyone. For many individuals, e-commerce businesses during the holiday season can represent a significant portion of their revenue, with some reports showing that for 28% of merchants, November and December account for 30 to 50% of their annual revenue. While not the majority, the volume of online sales in these 2 months are significantly higher than the monthly average for the rest of the year due to major shopping events like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So if you're serious about building a side business that could generate sales this holiday season without having to hold inventory, without upfront costs, and without complicated logistics, then you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use Printful, Etsy, and a few free AI tools to launch a print-on-demand store before Black Friday so you can start profiting from one of the biggest spending weekends of the entire year. And on average, you'll be able to make $10,000 or more if you execute this properly. If you want to learn how to make money online, how to build your own business, and create financial freedom, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Last year alone, consumers spent over $10.8 billion in one day on platforms like Amazon, Etsy, and Shopify. And again, I made that entire video series on how I made that additional $30,000 during that time. Most people don't even realize they could have been part of it. You just need a simple system, a little creativity, and a willingness to see opportunity where everyone else sees discounts. That's where print on demand comes in. It's the perfect business model for this time of year because it's low cost, low risk, and completely automated once it's set up. Instead of buying bulk products and hoping they sell, you only pay when someone places an order. You can do this by using print on demand platforms like Printful. Printful handles production and shipping. All you focus on is creating and marketing. So let's start by finding your niche. That's the platform of every profitable store. The number one rule of making sales online, you don't guess what people want, you find what they're already searching for. The easiest way to do this is with trend research tools, and you can start with tools like erank.com, or you can install things like the Merch Dominator Chrome extension, where you type in keywords and sort results by bestseller rank. Those are some of my favorite tools for Amazon, Etsy, and print-on-demand sellers because it shows exactly what products are trending right now, which is a gold mine of insight leading up to Black Friday. You can filter by keywords, categories, and even seasonal trends. You can look for terms like funny Christmas ornaments or holiday gifts for him or her, or personalized blankets, white elephant gifts, things like that. If you start seeing repeat themes like ornaments, family name mugs, or customizable candles, those are signals that buyers are actively searching for those kind of items. However, those tools do require a monthly subscription. So instead, I'm going to demonstrate a way that you can find your niche and your product completely free. Currently, we are on Amazon.com. Everyone in the world is familiar with this website. And this is also the largest e-commerce platform that you will find in the US. The reason why that's important is because it's a treasure trove of information, meaning we could take a look at Amazon to learn exactly what the demand is right now. There's a few ways that we can do this. One of the easiest ways is to go to the All tab and then to look for bestsellers or new releases. I like to go to bestsellers because I'm going to figure out exactly what's trending. So of course, Number one in clothes is hoodies. Then if I scroll down, I can see other things like electronics. It's getting colder right now, so it makes sense that tumblers and things like that are trending at the moment. And again, you can keep scrolling down, but we're looking at print on demand products. One of the easiest things to print on would be clothing. So obviously hoodies are in demand right now. With that being said, let's take a look at what we can find in the clothing department, but we do know that it's the holiday season. One of the easiest things for you to actually sell with print on demand will be t-shirts and hoodies with slogans, funny little terms, things like that, things that usually trend during the holiday season. All right, so guys, I'm not gonna make this very complicated. I wanna make this as easy as possible. I just typed in funny holiday shirts, men. The reason why I like to use things that are funny or inspiring or maybe heartwarming is because people like to buy things whenever they give them an emotional feel. It has to be some sort of reaction, and the best ones are usually humor or the ones that make you feel good, especially when you think about gifting that to a loved one. Those are the kind of things that people will buy regardless of price because it's based on how they feel. So I like humor, you know, it makes everyone feel good. Anybody can relate to it. And let's just go with this shirt right here because I can see it has 100 plus orders right now. The reason why that's important is because it looks like this one has a Christmas theme with already 100 orders, and we're in the month of October. That is a good sign that this will get a lot of orders within the next few weeks. Clicking on this, I like it. I can see that it's kind of funny. Tech support, I'm here to delete your cookies. I would say this is a nice little holiday shirt, and it looks like it can be worn by men or women, which is better. You know, it's unisex, and it looks like it's in the pajamas section. So it's something that you would wear for maybe nighttime. I like this. It will probably make a great gift or like white elephant for work or something like that. Usually everyone's under a certain budget for buying those sort of things, so this would actually be perfect. Now, we're not going to use this exact design. Instead, like in our previous video, which if you want to watch, I'm going to link it right here. But in the previous one, we talked about how you can go to ChatGPT and have it create similar slogans or some sort of saying for you that you can then make your own logo for. So let's do that next. Let's take this, we'll go over to chatgpt.com, and then we'll figure out a new slogan for our t-shirt. So currently we are on chatgpt.com. I saved the image of our example from Amazon. So now that I put the t-shirt example into ChatGPT, let's ask it to create a similar holiday slogan. And again, guys, very easy. I just added create a slogan for a funny holiday t-shirt similar to this one. And then we're going to see what results that we get. So we have a few different ones here, and let's just zoom in on here. There's so many tech support, making your Christmas tree sparkle and your browser crash. Slay the tech troubles this holiday season. Oh, slaying the tech troubles. I like that one. Merry Techmas, here to reboot your holiday cheer. Tech support, making spirits bright and computers work. I'm going to play with this a little bit until we find something that we can actually use, and I highly recommend that you play with it, ask it to revise, to remake, to do a couple until you find one that you think is very good or very close to your example. Once you're able to find that slogan that you like, we're going to go over to canva.com, and then we're going to use Canva's AI tool to actually create our logo. Currently, guys, we are on canva.com, and the option that you'll want to look for is called Canva AI. You'll see that at the very top of the home screen. I added the t-shirt that we're going to be using for the example, so it knows to create a similar slogan. And then the actual one that I chose was system update in progress. Your cookies will be deleted. And now I'm going to ask it to create a Christmas holiday logo using this catchphrase. It'll give us a few different examples of what we can use, and then hopefully we'll find one that we like. Sometimes I get it on the first try, sometimes I don't. It just varies. So this one actually looks pretty good. System update in progress. Your cookies will be deleted. Let's see what else that we got. System update in progress. Your cookies will be deleted. And same thing. I just keep playing and asking additional questions and keep tweaking it until I find something that I think is really, really good. So guys, I think I found one that I like. This one is pretty cool. System update in progress. Your cookies will be deleted. And then there's cookies on the computer. I think this one is pretty good. So let's go ahead and use this one as our logo in our design. So now that we have our slogan, we have our design, and we kind of know what what our niche is going to be, you need a storefront to sell your designs. And you can do this with one of two ways that I recommend, and that's using Etsy or using Shopify. If you're just starting out, I recommend Etsy. It's very beginner friendly and it already has millions of shoppers searching for gifts every single day. You can go to Etsy.com, click sell on Etsy and create your shop. Once your shop is created, you connect your Printful account directly to Etsy. Personally though, I like using Shopify. Once you connect with either platform, every time you publish a product from Printful, it automatically syncs your store with your images, your descriptions, and pricing already included. Now, before we start selling, we need to design your product and we also need to link your store. So currently we are on printful.com. I'll leave a link in the description so you can click on it if you want to join, and you'll enter either your Apple ID or you can also sign in using Google. You can also sign up by simply using your email address. When you do so, enter your full name, your email, your password. I recommend entering your phone number and then click sign up. Once that process is complete, you'll be brought to a home screen where you can actually connect your Shopify store. I do have a previous video that I made on this subject. If you want to see how to link your Shopify store using Printful, I'm going to link that video right here, but we're going to go to the home page and I'll show you how that layout actually looks. Now, this is the home screen, and once you design your product and connect your store, you'll see that both options are completed. So I did this in a previous video. We're using the same account. So now let's go back to design product and we're going to use our logo and go through a few options, get our settings all together, our images, things like that. And then after that, I'll show you what we do in order to actually sell this design. So let's start by going to My Products, and then we'll go to Create Product. I do want to point out that on Printful, there are so many things that you can print on. It doesn't have to just be t-shirts. You can look for other things like mugs, ornaments. There's also things like accessories, phone cases. So I just want you to know that you're not limited to what we're talking about in this video. You can definitely explore and look at alternative options. But for our example, we're looking at hoodies right now. So let's go to the men's clothing, and we're going to find a nice hoodie that we can use. And there's a few different ones. I highly recommend doing some research in order to find which one you think is the best quality. Like this one, for example, is unisex oversized heavyweight. You always want to kind of take a look and just see what you think might fit the people who you're trying to target. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit lower. As you can see, there's Champion hoodies. There's other ones like this Cotton Heritage. I'm just gonna find something that's very simple that I think anyone can use. So let's use this unisex eco one. This one looks like it's not too fitted, it's not too loose. Anyone should be able to get this and hopefully they'll like it. So let's click on this one. All right, so this one has pretty good reviews, 207, and there's different techniques for printing. Remember, I talked about this again in that previous video. I highly recommend that you check that out. But there is a difference between the DTG printing, the embroidery. There'll also be a difference in price. You want to pay attention to all the small details because they will eat into your profit margin when you're pricing this, which we will talk about. So let's start designing our hoodie. We're going to upload the file that we just created with our logo, and then we're going to put that on here. And what I love about Printful is it gives you these borders to actually make sure that your design is centered. That way your print doesn't get cut off. So I like this. It looks very clean, very festive. Let's go ahead and save this template. And there are so many other options that we could have looked at, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to leave it very simple. We have our design, we have our hoodie, and we also have our price here. And then we'll talk about the difference between the standard price and the price with Printful growth. But for now, let's publish this. Now, let's discuss what separates the people who make a few sales from the people who make thousands during Black Friday weekend, and that's going to be marketing. Etsy and Shopify don't bring organic traffic, but the real profits come when you learn how to drive your own. You want to start by creating a separate Instagram and TikTok account for your store. You also want to post videos of your product, maybe behind the scenes clips of your design process and customer testimonials. Show people what it looks like when they order your sweaters or your hoodies, and you can do this by ordering samples. And that's the reason why I recommend investing in the Printful growth plan. It's just $24.99 per month. With this plan, you'll get 25% off order samples and additional discounts on products, branding, and fulfillment. Plus, the ability to connect unlimited stores under one account. It's a smart move if you're serious about scaling. You can even try it for free for 14 days or unlock a free year of membership by reaching $12,000 in sales. Just keep in mind, you'll need to have a store connected to Printful to access the growth plan. Once your store is connected, you'll be able to start placing sample orders as early as the following month, so it's best to get started as soon as possible. Show customers your packaging, use trending holiday sounds and hashtags like Black Friday deals or funny gifts, and the goal is to make your store feel alive and seasonal. Now, if you want to go even bigger, consider running paid ads, but don't overthink it. You can start with the $5 per day budget on Etsy ads or Meta ads for Instagram. Etsy ads are especially powerful because they show your listing to people already searching for similar products. Think of it like planting your store at the top of a digital shopping mall where everyone is walking by looking for gifts. And if you decide to go the content route, even one viral Instagram reel or one well-timed ad can turn into hundreds or even thousands of dollars in sales in just a weekend. And trust me, I've seen it happen. Now, I want to share what I personally focus on during Black Friday weekend. I also want to share some additional products that I found that have the highest profit margins and the lowest competition. Let's start with ornaments. They sell like crazy from October through January, and many designs keep selling year-round if you market them as custom decor. Next up is sublimation socks. These are around $7 or $5.12 with Printful growth. You can fulfill them on Printful for about $4.49 and easily sell them for $19.99. Personalized socks with faces, pets, or funny quotes are a hit every holiday season. Then we have hardcover journals. These are perfect for office gifts and white elephant exchanges. They start around $9.58 or $6.94 with growth, and fulfillment starts around $5.50, and you can sell them for around $25. Another underrated product is candles. Printful offers multiple candle styles. The scented soy candles start around $11.27 or $8.89 with the growth plan and $7.99 to fulfill. Candles are emotional. People love gifting them, and when you add a funny or personalized label, they sell even faster. This mix of high margin, customizable products creates the perfect portfolio for Black Friday and for the holiday season. If Printful fulfills a product for $10 in total cost, meaning the cost of the item plus the shipping, listed for $19.99 to $29.99. That gives you room for fees, ads, and still leaves a healthy profit. And remember, people don't buy purely on price, they buy on emotion and uniqueness. If your product makes them laugh, reminds them of someone they love, or fits perfectly as a gift, they'll pay more. Don't race to the bottom by cutting your prices. You want to compete with creativity, not with discounts. Here's a secret that most sellers never figure out. The sales don't stop after Black Friday or Cyber Monday. If you've done this right, your listing will keep ranking and your reviews will start building and your product will start selling all the way through December and even into the new year. That's how this stops being just a one-weekend hustle and starts to become a long-term side business. You'll start recognizing when products perform best, and that data becomes your blueprint for the next year. Maybe you discover your Christmas ornament outsold everything else. Great. Next year, expand that into mugs, socks, or journals with the same theme. This is how real print-on-demand entrepreneurs grow, by doubling down on what works. Let's zoom out for a second. You're not just selling mugs or ornaments, you're building a system that earns while you sleep. Print on demand is powerful because it removes all the friction that stops most people from starting a business. No inventory, no shipping, no huge startup cost, just creativity and consistency. And when you pair that with a massive shopping event like Black Friday, it's like surfing a wave that's already moving. You're not pushing against the current, you're letting it carry you. That's the beauty of this model. You don't need to compete with billion-dollar brands. You just need to show up where people are already buying and offer them something unique, and let the platforms like Printful and Etsy and Shopify do the heavy lifting for you. So here's my challenge for today. Before the weekend ends, go to Printful, pick one product and upload that one design and then publish it. Don't overthink it. Just get your first product live, because once you make your first sale and you see that sales notification come in, you will realize how possible this is. Black Friday isn't just a day to spend. It's your opportunity to earn something. If you take action now, by the time everyone else is swiping their card, you'll be watching your dashboard light up with sales. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. If you got any value from this, please like and subscribe to the channel. There will be a link for Printful down in the description. Comment hashtag Printful or hashtag Black Friday. I would love to see how many people will get started with this business. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful day.